Name is John Smith. I'm from a farm in England. My father wanted me to be a farmer, but I wanted to fight the Spanish Armada with Sir Francis Drake. When I was old enough, I left the farm for Holland. I wanted to help the Dutch free themselves from Spain. I fought them for 3 years. I became an excellent marksman, and I learned to march many miles without food. I knew then I had adventure in my soul. I also fought with the Hungarians, but I had to fight against the French because at that time in the 1500s, the French hated the English, so they decided to throw me off their ship. I was not a good swimmer, but I managed to survive. I was captured by the Turks, and they made me a slave. My master tried to beat me, but I managed to kill him and escape by trading his clothes for mine. By the age of 24, I already had a lifetime of adventures. My greatest adventure was when I went to North America to fight famine Indians and the men who were under my command. My men became discouraged because living was hard. Most of them wanted to return to England. I would not let them give up. One December, while on an exploring trip in Virginia, I was ambushed and surrounded by Indians. I fell into a mud hole and had to surrender. They took me to the riverbank and showed me the bodies of 2 of my men, Robinson and Emery. They tied me to a tree, and I thought I would be killed, but I was saved by some Indian squad. The Indians kept me captured, and I had to lie to save my life. I told them I would be leaving their country soon. The Indian squad named Pocahontas begged them not to kill me. I gave them 2 giant cannons, but I knew they wouldn't be able to lift them. I also gave them some beads and bells. The Indians began sneaking into Jamestown to steal tools and weapons. Pocahontas became friends with me, and because of her, the Indians began to trust me. My men became greedy and just wanted to look for gold. We can't eat gold, I said. We must plant food and build shelters. I wanted to get corn from the Indians, but they decided to try to starve us by not giving us any. They tried to trick me into pretending to be friendly, but Pocahontas warned me of their plans ahead. Eventually, we began to produce tar, pitch, soap ashes, boards, and glasses. We were beginning to pay our way. After about 2 years in America, my men began to turn on me because I made them work so hard. My clothes caught on fire by an accident, and I was so badly burnt I had to go back to England to be cared for. I hated to leave America, but I had no choice. In 1614, almost 5 years after returning to England, I went back to America, then called Northern Virginia. I stayed a while, then returned to England. I never again returned to America. Pocahontas came to England once to visit with her husband. I will always call you father, she told me, and you must always call me child. I picked this torch here because it represents John Smith used this to signal secret messages like A1. And this right here represents the part when I was enslaved, my master put this around my neck, but it didn't have spikes. And I managed to kill him by trading. I took the clothes from him when he was dead, but I still had this around my neck. So I ran into the forest and waited till night to travel. Then soon I got to America by walking. Could you believe that? And they took this ring off. And the bunny fur represents that Indians traded corn for sin. Well, yeah.
Good job. Awesome, Charles. Very good.